Welcome back to another episode of Marketing Mondays. Today we are talking about marketing ROI, or marketing return on investment. We'll be discussing what it is, why it matters, and how you can properly measure it. So if you're spending money on marketing and you're not sure what's working, you're not alone. We're going to be helping you cut through all the noise and connect marketing efforts to real project wins. So here's the disconnect we see all the time. Firms are doing something, whether they just built a new website, they're going out to networking events, they're doing social media, but ask them what's actually generating new projects and leads, and they can't really tell you. Or they'll say they rely mostly on referrals and repeat business, which is actually a problem. And if you didn't know that until now, go check out the previous video within the Marketing Mondays series, and we'll talk all about that. So if you're trying to grow or protect what you've built, that visibility on what's coming in the door and how it's getting there is a problem. So why is measuring ROI important? There are 3 key points. Number 1, without it, you're flying blind. You're unsure of where projects are coming through and what your return on investment is. So if you're not tracking, you're guessing, and guessing is not a scalable strategy. Number 2, leadership cares about outcomes, not just activity. They don't care about how many times you posted. They want to know how many projects actually came through from the posting. Or if you're writing blogs and doing a lot of website work, how many leads are actually coming through the website? And number 3, you're able to spot and fix weak points. For example, if your lead volume is good, but your close ratio is poor, there could be several potential problems, like a pricing or proposal issue, something to do with sales and interview ability, or even lack of project experience. Now, if we flip it and the lead volume is low and the close ratio is high, those are a different set of potential problems. It could be a lack of brand awareness, an ineffective business development strategy, or lack of marketing clarity. And in all, without tracking ROI, all of those problems start to blend together and the situation's really murky. It also builds clarity and alignment. So ROI data, when done right, gets sales, marketing, and leadership all on the same page. And what I've seen is if a firm wants to build a new website, they have to go to leadership to get the budget approved. And if ROI wasn't tracked in the past and there's no clear return on investment for that type of a spend, leadership's gonna be pretty reluctant. So if you're in that marketing situation or that marketing role, it's best to get this stuff set up early. You can track the results, and then when you ask for more budget and to do more fun things, leadership's gonna be more willing.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Attribution, the key to it all. Attribution is how you trace each lead back to its source. It answers the question of where a lead comes from. Without attribution, all marketing channels blur together. You don't know if your project came from SEO, if it came from an existing client, if it came from a referral. If you're not tracking the leads properly and you don't have attribution sorted, all of this starts to blend together. You have to think of attribution as buckets. So one bucket might be the website and or SEO, so projects coming through the website, through Google search. Another bucket might be social media and content. Oh, we saw this video and reached out. Another bucket would probably be business development. So if you have a BD person or a PM going to networking events, that would be BD. And then lastly, referral. So any referrals, that's pretty obvious from project partners or even previous clients or existing clients. Those are just examples of buckets. And one quick little point about attribution, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's never going to be 100% correct, but as long as it's consistent, that's when you're gonna see real results. So once attribution is in place, you need to measure real qualified leads. This is not impressions, this is not page views, this is not form fills, these are actual leads. So what counts as a real lead? There are a couple of things. You might want to screenshot this or take some notes. It comes from a credible source. like the website, referral, BD, call, etc. They have been spoken to by someone on your team. They have defined a project need that aligns with your services, and it includes an estimated dollar value, even if it's rough. It's important to get this section right, and this is a very simplified way of doing it. Some firms may use the term MQL, or marketing qualified lead, which then becomes an SQL, or a sales qualified lead. You know, a lot of the firms that we work with, there doesn't need to be that amount of complexity. A lead is a lead, and as long as it's vetted and there's a dollar amount associated, it's legitimate. With website leads, for example, you may have 12 form fills, but 8 of those are spam or junk, and 1 is actually a vendor, which means you only have 3 actual leads.
The leads are weak.
The leads are weak. You're weak.
So before we jump into the actual calculation, there's one quick distinction we need to make, and that is it's marketing's job to deliver a qualified lead or a qualified opportunity. It's not marketing's job to close it. So when we go to measure ROI, we are measuring the value of the opportunities, not the closed business. Those are 2 different numbers, and it's not marketing's job to work on close ratios and the sales process. So let's jump into a real world example. And I want to be clear that this is all pretty realistic with what we expect with some of our clients. Your firm spends $100,000 on digital marketing for the year. You track 30 legitimate leads through the website, and your estimated project value is $2 million. In order to calculate ROI, we need a formula. So the ROI formula is value minus spend divided by spend times 100. And when we plug that in, we have 2 million minus 100,000 divided by 100,000 times 100. And you end up with an ROI of 1,900%. So it's worth noting that in this type of example, all these leads would come through via SEO and were generated through digital marketing means. They would not be referrals, repeat business, anything like that.
These are the new leads. And to you, they're gold.
So it's really important to get specific on the buckets, get specific on attribution, and then you'll be able to measure pretty much any of those buckets or marketing as a whole. So with all that said, marketing ROI does not have to be complicated. You just need to be consistent. Make sure you get those buckets figured out. Make sure you're having conversations. And hopefully you'll be able to convey the value of the hard work you're putting in and day out. So if you enjoyed this type of content, we are a marketing agency that does this for AEC firms, and we pump out a lot of content about marketing, about branding, brand strategy, video, pretty much any topic you can think of. So be sure to subscribe here if you are not already. Also check out our website, VnzoAEC.com. We have written versions of all these episodes if you're more of a reader. And be sure to follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram. Until next time, thanks for watching.